Listo, pucha, ya no bailes. Ah, no bailes, pucha. Basta de bailar. Que la gente no baila. Modo, ahí estamos. Pongo esto acá. Más o menos. Un sour stop. Sí, de hecho hay un sour stop. Que básicamente el tipo se queda quieto. Oh, fuck, no inicié sesión en Steam. Deme 2 segundos. Parararam. Mm. En fin, creo que nos habíamos quedado nosotros. Estábamos en... llegamos a la cosa de mundo. Sí, subimos la escalera y tal. Subimos tal y tal y las cosas y no sé qué, no sé cuánto y no sé qué, no sé cuánto. Rondex, rondex, no. Eso me hace mucha risa. Rondex, rondex, rondex. Open rondex. Estamos en el BC. Accedimos al infierno, pero no estoy seguro. Ah, too loud. ¿Dónde está el coso? Acá está. Tenemos esto y ponemos esto. What the fuck? Uno. Mm. Ah, ok, no aparece. O sea, esto otro entonces. What the fuck? ¿Es que no lo reconoció que está funcionando? Yo ya sé que no se ve, estoy intentando ver que aparezca. Ahí estamos. Ahí se tendría que ver. Sí. Supongo que es la segunda. Ahí está. Eh, Continue. No sé, misión 18, literalmente ahí nomás estamos. Pues voy a poner el ventilador porque me estoy muriendo de calor. Hace calor acá. Cara, hace calor acá. Ahí estamos. Eh, Y ya. Ya no tenemos nada que comprar, así que tal. Ok, Dante. No me acuerdo. 26, pero me hace calor a mí.
the team.
Quite the team.
I'm stronger. I'm smarter. I'm better looking.
Sí. A ver qué dice Version.
Bonus is behind the vault door. Let's not keep him waiting. And I got a bigger dick.
Dale, Versil. Dale. Dale. Dale, Versil. Dale. ¿Qué onda?
What's
Oh.
happening? They must know we're coming. Just as Cat predicted. So, what do we have to do here again?
Kickstart the backup generators in Limbo to overload the system so I can hijack the quantum encryption algorithms.
That's it. But, could you say that first bit again?
So, you have to kickstart the generators.
4 of them, right?
Yeah, that's right. One in each tunnel.
Let's get to work.
O sea, tengo que... En cada túnel, un fucking generador. ¿Sabe? Como cualquier túnel. De acá puedo fijarme qué onda puedo comprar. No puedo comprar nada, así que bye. Shotgun. Ojo, cuidado. Okay. That's one. Oh, dale. Yeah. Oh, fuck, puto, me tiró. Fuck, cierto, acuérdate. Esquive. Me olvidé de lo esquive porque I don't know. ¿Sabes? Pero ¿cómo llego hasta allá? Ah.
That's one generator up and running.
Good. I'll reboot this server. Now, line up the power conduits with the corresponding server.
Solo deseo uno apenas, ¿qué querés?
Done.
Repeat for all 4, and we'll be set.
PNC uno, ¿qué querés? Ok, pues sí. A ver si. Son 3 misiones, así que no se dará para el Steam entero. No sé. Pero fíjate. Igual falta un montón. O sea, hacer esto, otra cosa, jefe, jefe. Jefe. ¿Sabe? Toma, perra. Oh fuck, me morí. I don't know what's fucking happening here. Ok. Dale, forros, muñeca. Un arma perdida. Un arma. Un alma perdida allá arriba. A ver. Te rodea el pie esa pistola. Realmente este puzzle es re derpy,
That's
en
two
realidad.
online, Virgil.
Good. Rebooting.
Shall I line it up?
You can. Or you can get the other generators online. Up to you.
Bien, podés hacerlo ahora, pero es mejor fucking encender los otros. Porque si no se te va a reponer todo de vuelta. O sea... Cuando mueves uno se mueve otra y cosas así que... Una llave de eso. ¿Cómo llegó esto ya por acá? Ponele. Au. Eso quería hacer. Au. Fuck. Ah. Bueno, gracias. Dale. Es con el túnel, supongo que entonces puede ser... Ajá. ¿O con el túnel? What the fuck, ok, ponele. Llave. No sé dónde va esto. Caída.
Another in the bag.
Any problems?
No. I'll line them up later.
Alinear después. ¿Por qué hay que alinearnos después? Porque si no... Hace como... Oh shit, Bershel, what the fuck. Recién hicimos 5. No sé qué es, así que... Al tirano. A vos. Au. Au. Bien. ¿Qué le diría? Ese muñeco es porcelana. Fucking 2 segundos, tú. Dos segundos, tú. ¿Para dónde era? Para acá. Ah, mira dónde está el otro. Fuck. Ah. Che, ¿qué está esto acá? Ah. Wait. Ah, fácil, sí, falta este. Este es por allá. Es algo si hubiese un camino ahí. En realidad no es la cosa. Mira cómo sube ahora. They don't. You don't go up. They do go down. They don't. They do. Oh, fuck. Ah, no puedo hacer por delante. Ok. Pelear sin vida. A ver quién gana. Stop. Oh, mira quién es. Au. ¿Cómo salí de acá? Ahí estamos. Debe ser... Dejo, los descendientes de seres angelicales. Bueno, angelicales será seres que fucking solo le afecta a este tipo de armas, ¿sabes? Ah, pero es cierto. Debe ser siendo un juego a partir del cuarto juego, pero es una partida del cuarto, una partida del tercero en sí. Au. En el tercero aparecen los tipitos esos que vuelan, que es como, oh, en realidad son ángeles. Mentira. Bueno, supongo.
All done.
Great. Here we go. Okay, listen up. To pop this beast open, you will need to line up the 4 conduits with their corresponding servers. Did you get that?
Line up all 4. Got it.
Eso
Where'd
es
you
cuatro
learn
más
to
o
do
menos.
that?
What?
That computer stuff.
Hacking? Taught myself as a kid. I guess it gave me a sense of control.
Control. We never had that, did we?
No. I always felt that something was amiss, hidden from me.
So did I. It's like a burning feeling inside.
Exactly.
There
But I
you
knew
go.
that if you peeled back the layers of bullshit, the truth would eventually out. Guess I channeled that energy into hacking. You? How'd you find release?
Killing demons and getting laid. But the computer stuff sounds good too.
Yeah. Ah, yeah. Ah, yeah.
Okay, we're in business.
Esto. Usa la aimbot.
You know what you have to do. You lure him out. I close the Hellgate with the Yamato. Then we go for the kill.
Any ideas how I draw him out?
We killed his unborn child. Get him rabid.
Got it.
But
Pero.
do not try and kill him. He is immortal until I shut down the Hellgate.
Right.
This is it, Dante. We have to put our lives into each other's hands completely, without hesitation.
We are brothers, after all.
Okay, bro. You do your thing. I do my thing. Ese. Uno. Vale. ¿Quién compra objetos? Bueno, pues en... De nuevo. So. Mundungus, a ver. Poligones. Polígonos. Ahora sí.
Why did you kill my child?
Che, mi computadora otra vez.
I will ask you again. Why did you kill my child?
Because you killed my mother.
Entonces la estaba pensando como, ¿para qué me mató este? Mi madre. Ahí está.
Revenge. I see.
It was more than that.
Oh.
was for freedom.
Freedom? Well, you seem to have all the freedom you need. The freedom to murder my heir.
I'm not talking about my freedom. I'm talking about mankind's.
Mankind. And what would mankind do with freedom, do you suppose? Because when I arrived, they had it. And what do you think they did with it? They fought. They killed. They starved. I brought prosperity. I brought structure.
¿Dónde está como? No entiendo una mierda.
Besides violence, war, death.
Dante ahora tiene 2 polígonos. Ahora tiene más. Está como, Dante, apúrate, concha de tu madre.
Come on, Dante. Get him pissed.
Que hay algo llamado pistas también.
You're right. It wasn't for mankind, it was for revenge. I gotta tell you, killing your child like that, watching it explode into little wet chunks, hearing you scream like one of your little demon bitches, priceless.
Hacerlo enfurecer a Dante y vérselo como, mierda. Me pasé. Bien. Yo me quedo acá mientras tanto. Ah. 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 Tan derp este juego, lo odio. Ah. Ah, dale, ver si le apurate.
Okay. Let's shut this thing down.
You can do it, Virgil. I kinda believe in you. Ok, así funciona. Ahora cadabra. Así funciona la cosa. El rayo ni siquiera está alineado con... There you go. Pero está como, what the fuck is happening here? The fucking cat is here! What is that? What the fuck is that? A fucking cat?
What have you done?
Fucking el...
Leave my brother alone.
Dead. Justo, tiene que ser justo. Sí. Da.
Hey, Dante.
You took your time.
You're welcome.
Fueron tantos shots. Es como 1, 2, 3. Y no, el juego no está... tarda en cargarse. Todo Hushan, un agujero negro pasa ahí. Se acabó por el culo. Con razón le dolió. Oh shit. Bueno. Bueno, ahí sí parece más mundos.
You ready for this? We can kill him now? The Hellgate is shut.
Never!
Any
Never.
ideas? You see that eye of his? Yes. His demon child had something like that. We start there. We'll have to get it open. You're an asshole.
You're an asshole.
Busy. I'll try and get the eye exposed.
Ese mundo eres un gilipollas.
Just stay alive until I expose his eye.
Fucking tirándole Summon Swords a lo derpy. Yay, ok. What do I do here? Estoy controlando, ¿verdad? Están tirándole fucking cosito. Eres un cara verga.
Dante, do something.
I can't do shit. Please.
Now, Dante, get to the eye.
Okay. Okay. Ah. Ow. And I'm dead. ¿O no? Sí, hubiera usado la fucking el fucking rifle de asalto contra coso, pero no, el tipo agarra y dice, no, voy a agarrar el coso.
Dante, you see that? Yeah, I see it. He's still in there. We need to get in there and kill him. Come on, let's go.
Let's go, Virgil, let's go. There's no time. No hay tiempo, Virgil, hay que ir ahora, ya. Rápido, Virgil, hay que ir. Se nos acaba el tiempo, Virgil, vamos. Dale. Dale vos, no puedo hacer nada.
Why was his body in there? Mundus is merged with his physical body. That's why he's protecting it. So if we kill his body, we kill Mundus.
Dale. Quedaron épica. Ajá. Bueno, en sí le hicieron re bien porque es como Virgil tiene que cargar la animación. Tiene que cargar la animación de Virgil. ¿Qué hacemos si el personaje llega antes que Virgil? Aquí no hacemos que Virgil haga cosas de teletransporte. Soy ingenioso. Oh, murió Virgil. Ah, ven acá. Ah. Ah. Fucking dude, please.
What have you done to him?
It was my brother. Oh, bueno. Dale vos. Dale vos. Dale vos. ¿Qué pasó ahí? Dale. ¿Qué pasó ahí? No. Ah. Fucking. Ah. Ver, se murió y nunca más volvió a ver. What are you talking about? Ah, coso. Oh, well, supongo que vamos a tener que ver la cinemática una y otra vez. Pa pa ra pa 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 pam pa 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 pam pa 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 ra pa pa pam pa 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 pam ra pa pa pam pa 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 ra ah ayúdame ayúdame ahora sí hacelo bien dale. Ahora sí, antes lo hice antes y no me salió. Ah, oh shit. Está lloviendo fuera, espera que cierro la ventana. Está lloviendo. No. Está lloviendo fuera, pensé que era el ventilador. Estamos. Au. 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 Fuck. Fuck, no, así no era. Au. Au. Es que eso no sé qué onda. ¿Se acerca? Menos uno. No tengo vida, güey. ¿Por qué me mirás? No tenés que hacer eso. Darby. Ok, ponele. Dale, mundo, dale. Ah, mira. No sabía. ¿Para dónde? Fuck. Bueno, es que no sabía que funcionaba así. Bello, no. Eh. Au. El mejor ataque el mejor ataque que hay. El mejor ataque que ese. Fuck. El mejor hacer que este juego de meter, me parece que tanto usted, pero no tiene sentido. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué, boludo? Mundus, tenés que alejarte, no tenés que acercarte a fucking me. Golpe. Mundus le pega a ver si le hace un golpe. Golpe. Toma, Mundus, concha tu madre. Ya que me son unas fucking cosas en el que vale la pena seguir. Un golpe. ¿Para qué? Mundus en sí, what the fuck? ¿Pero qué onda? No sé qué pasó. Ah. Boludo. Bass boost. Brr. ¿Y ahora qué? Is dead now. ¿Ves? ¿Estás bien? Es que asumo un toque no vemos a Kat. ¿Dónde está Kat? No sé que aparezca corriendo por ahí como Dante, Percio, aquí estoy viva, no sé qué, no sé cómo salir de la comisaría, pero aquí estoy. ¿Sabes?
I did it.
No, por favor, no sonrías de vuelta, Dante. Decimos, Dante. Salvamos la ciudad. Casi. What the fuck? What's this, bro? So fucking lag. Boludo, this from my brother in Russia. This is the happen everywhere. Again, what are they? The demons. They're terrible demons. Ah. They're everywhere. Demons. We have awoken. We have awoken. I awoken. Oh. SS por Super Smash Brothers. Super Styles. Ses. La tengo todo acá. Son 20. ¿Y cómo Como esto sería como DmC 3.
What's happening?
Oh, mira, Kat, ahí estás.
Collapsed into the real world.
Totally nothing happened here.
What was once hidden is now
What the
laid
fuck were
bare
you
for
in?
all to see. Revolution is in the air.
I never believed I'd live to see this day.
Just the beginning of the end for the demons. Mankind would be free.
Yes. Free from the demons. The path is clear for us to rule.
Era como, what the fuck, Virgil, are you talking about?
The path is clear for us to rule.
To rule what?
This. Everything.
Virgil,
You mean like Mundus?
No. No. We'll be nothing like Mundus. We'll respect our subjects, not enslave them.
subjects.
He means you. He means humans.
I thought we were fighting for freedom.
It was his freedom we were fighting for, not yours.
Not yours.
Don't be so simplistic. Humans are frail. They're like children. They need protection. Not just from others, but from themselves. We, you and I, have saved them.
You and I saved them?
Who else?
A human.
Cat was useful, but
Useful.
Cat saved my life. Cat held out under torture to keep your existence a secret. Cat led us through the tower to Mundus's lair. We
Bueno,
would
no,
have
no,
died
no, no, no,
20
bueno, sí.
times over if it weren't for her.
listen. If you can't see the chaos that humans will cause,
¿Qué causaron? Fuimos nosotros, boludo.
protecting them, and stand aside, I'll rule alone.
I didn't help you destroy Mundus so that you could take his place. I can't let you do this, Virgil.
And I can't let you stop me, brother. Stand aside.
Don't do this.
Virgil, please.
Stay out of this!
¡Cerdos! Este solo quiere el poder. Qué buen político. Para terminar esto, Virgil, de una vez por todas. Ah. Ok, Virgil, ¿vas a estar ahí? Ah. Este juego está bien hecho. Este juego está bien hecho. ¡Qué mierda es! ¡Qué mierda! What the fuck? Why? No se mueve. Este está bien. ¿Puedo saltar encima de él? Here we go, boys. Playing Virgil. Hell yeah. Saca clip de esto, por favor, Puchak. Hell yeah, boys. Playing Virgil is all we wanted. Es como estar en Devil Trigger, pero yo estoy todo el tiempo. Ve lo poderoso que soy, Virgil. No puedes ganarme a mí. Puedo parar el tiempo a voluntad y tú no puedes hacer nada. Por cierto, ¿qué es eso que está volando en el cielo? Ah, es una cosa. Mis poderes mentales son más fuertes de lo que crees, Versil. Verás. La otra... Verás. La vez que me enviaste al limbo, obtuve un nuevo poder. Este poder de controlar el tiempo. Y a todas las personas que lo rodean. No puedes hacer nada contra mí, Vergil. Eres inútil. Yo seré el líder de este mundo y tú no serás nada. Así que prepárate, Vergil, para morir. No se me fue el coso un segundo. Se me desconectó el chat. Ponele. Ok, Versi.
Sorry, brother. Don't be.
¿Eso lo puedo hacer de vuelta? ¡Esa mierda! Casi, cuando él está volando, que como que le disparé, es como que, oh shit, bueno, ponele. Es como que le hice eso y justo como, ok. Ok, quieto. Que hay rayos y centellas, ponele. Lo quiso hacer el dive kick eso y se le pegué sin querer.
It's not too late. Yes, it is.
Nah. ¿También ves? Pero a ver si... Espera. Ah, bueno, por eso. Cuando pase otra escena así tipo de esa, me voy a quedar quieto, no voy a hacer nada. No voy a hacer nada ahora, no voy a hacer nada. Ah, cierto, ahora es como... Ahora hace la de DmC 5. Es como... Ok. Bien... Coso. No sé dónde va la cámara, esto es DmC 2. Take that, Vershel. Once and for all. Oh. Uy, ¿qué pasó? ¿Cómo decía Vershel? No sé. No sé cómo el verdadero DMC. Momento DMC2, fucking. La cámara de DMC2 la odio. Es muy mala.
Dante, don't kill him.
¿Cómo mierda te mueves en el mundo de este coso? ¿Cómo mierda estás haciendo eso?
I am begging you. Please stop.
La cosa es cómo te estás moviendo en este fucking supermundo. ¿Acaso a humanos no les afecta? A los demonios sí. Bashir, ¿por qué no tenés dientes? Ahora, Versil, vamos a ser buenos hermanos. Porque tenemos pelo blanco. Ahora sí.
The world is under my protection now.
You've chosen the wrong side. You're not human, Dante. You never will be.
Yo la tengo más grande aún. Bye. Adiós.
I don't know who I am anymore.
I know exactly who you are. You are Dante.
Dino.
Nothing more and nothing less.
Pero el color del pelo se le va al carajo. Como... Ahora es blanco, pero a veces... ¿Qué me mira? A veces es gris. No sé. Salamos a Coso. Salvamos la ciudad. Acá está toda la gente de Ninja Theory fucking haciendo el fucking coso. Tanto el fucking game. Este cat iba a usar pistolas y iba a ser más cool. ¿Te querés Dino? No. La Bob Barbas. No sé por qué, solo me acuerdo el nombre de ese tipo. El what happened de este juego. Y al final nunca fue. Creo que Ninja Theory creo que died. Quiero recordar. Estos tipos recreando la fucking escena final. El tráiler así sí se veía cool. Aquí la fucking motion capture. Es en el Hell de Senna Sacrifice. Ah. Está Dante y Cosa hablando. Vos no. Vos para nene, vos no podés pasar. ¿Tengo que hacer qué cosa? Esto. Bueno. Ahí está todo el team. Tiene que tratar la esquizofrenia, más o menos. Voy a tener que decir, la banda Combi Christ hace muy buenos temas. Él hace muy buenos temas. Mi nombre es Dante. Ponele. Fucking skateboarding y se va. ¿Cómo salteanos esto? ¿Qué tal? ¿Puedo? ¿Sí puedo? Gracias. Fin, yo no diría eso. Oh. ¡Eh! Una pirámide de heces. Oh. No modulado, hijo de Esparda, no traje claro, Dante con pelo blanco. Ahora me tengo que comprar el fucking DLC de Virgil. Que realmente no lo voy a hacer. Dante pelo blanco, que no cambie nada. ¿Cómo era que yo había hecho recién? No sé qué le hice a Virgil. Fucking... Creo que había hecho como esto y después le disparé una vez y se... Ok. Ok, dude. Ok. Ok, dude. El tipo salió volando a la concha de la lora. ¿Posta? What the fuck? Algo así, tipo, es así. Después le disparé y ¡pum! Salió volando a la concha de la lora. Damn. En fin. Ah, realmente sí, fueron 20 minutos. Extras. Ilustraciones. Como también. O sea, debería de ver. Fucking. Dude. No sé qué le hice a fucking Berger. Como uno, dos golpes. Flotando. Como, ok. Ahí está Phineas. Acá está Bob Barbas. Que no tiene barba, lo malo. La police. La police. Los enemigos tienen un buen diseño. Algunos. Excepto los patos. Fuck patos. All my homies hate patos. Estos enemigos son re cool. Creature. A las arañas. Que ponele. Tanto enemigos. Es lo que iba a hacer fucking coso antes. Lo que iba a hacer fucking coso, todo. Iba a ser más cool. No, acá se ve fucking igual, pero bueno. Dude. 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 ¿Por qué no estaba esta? ¿Por qué no estaba esta en el juego? Esta se ve más cool que la otra, Derpy. ¿Qué se prefiere? ¿Esta emo e-girl whatever whatever? ¿O esta super cool con tal? Dude. Yo te digo, yo prefiero esta que la otra. En serio. Fue completado, pues te dan ahí va. Dude. Ok, CBT, CBT. estos son los cosos. Los grafitis del coso. ¿Ves? Los diseños de que iban a tener la espada antes. Dijeron, sí, ¿qué agarramos al final? No sé. Dudo. Se ve mucho mejor esa que la otra. Porque acá, de acá parece como si fuera la... Y acá se ve más cool. Acá se ve super cool. O sea, esta en realidad iba a ser fucking Lady. Si sabes que son What Happened, ¿no sé? No. Esta iba a ser fucking Lady, pero al final la cambiaron y se hizo no sé, otro personaje. Uno más débil. Dámelo por ti mismo. Te morís, cielo, infierno. Infierno e infierno. Dante muere de un solo golpe. Che, pero esto está re cool. Fucking mueren de una, pero yo también. Acá no mueren de una, pero yo sí. Dudo. Eso es interesante. Es súper cool eso. Vamos a ver esto. Cuando voy a cerrar el coso porque ya está, ya lo hicimos. Harry Hayward, yes. ¡Ah! El coso de Mad Max. Fucking Matt. The fuck, Matt? Is it though? ¿Realmente se cambió el shot chatting? Porque yo lo veo que está cosa. Bueno, si se cambió el shot chatting, entonces está bien. ¿Quién? ¿Quién Matt? No es que... Es que no me gusta, pero...
Episode of What Happened, the show where we chronicle the catastrophes, document the disasters, and recount the regrettables. And if we're talking regrets, there's a few companies that have made more decisions that would be better off just not happening than Capcom. Therefore, this week's subject is going to take the combined might of two brightly colored bone-based mascots to hack and slash their way through it. So, without further ado, let's get crazy. I'm Matt Muscles, and I'm gonna tell you what happened.
Hey, Matt, please allow me to interject here and fill your dark soul with light.
Oh, it's Derek from Stop Skeletons from Fighting.
Hey, that's me. I'm Derek. It's me, Derek.
It's me, Derek.
About time I invaded one of your videos for a change, huh?
Yes,
Besides, this story is more than just a story of one game. It is the story of a legendary video game company and their struggle with the relevancy between two sides of the planet. And it's a story that my partner Grace and I have researched a little bit about. So allow me to be the Virgil to your Dante, Matt, old buddy.
So let's talk about what happened to DmC.
En realidad, fucking Wally iba a ser el Virgil de el Dante, pero... You know what happened?
Capcom, remember the mid-aughts where Cap God could do no wrong?
Yeah, they had an absolutely flawless record.
No, I didn't mean those games. I meant like Dead Rising and stuff like that. There were some bad ones too.
Oh, espera, cállate un segundo. This game Devil King. Ojo.
Like Dead Rising and stuff like that. There were some bad ones too.
Oh.
But it wasn't entirely
Se
their
me
fault.
hace
This point
interesante.
in time was the middle of a hard decade for Japan-based developers and publishers. The Japanese markets were shifting, and games with a, I guess, Japanese flavor stopped making sense as the years went on. For example, in 2002, it was estimated that half of all video games sold were bought by the Japanese, but by 2010, when DmC was officially announced, the Japanese people only bought 10% of all games sold. For instance, you know Street Fighter 4?
Yeah, that was a mega hit, right?
Well, in 2008, the first console edition of Street Fighter 4 sold about 200,000 copies in Japan and about 2.3 million overseas. The times they were a-changin', and this is where our story begins proper with the release of Devil May Cry 4 in 2008.
Devil May Cry 4 represented Capcom's first big return to a classic IP in a while. Building off the critical and commercial success of Devil May Cry 3, Dante's Awakening, the series had already been
salió en
brought
2005.
back from the brink after the mess that was Devil May Cry 2. Capcom was very optimistic for the sales potential of the franchise. And they really had every reason to be. The God of War series showed no signs of stopping and proved there was a global appeal to character action games. Not only that, it would be the series' first time on HD consoles.
That's right. We said consoles. This was the first time the demon-killing stylings of Dante would see release on non-Sony machines, adding the Xbox 360 and PC to the mix at launch. HD development, as many companies found out, saw a dramatic increase in costs and development time. All those fancy over-the-top cutscenes weren't cheap. So when it was all said and done, 2008's Devil May Cry 4 sold a total of 3 million copies worldwide, which
En la PlayStation
even though
3.
to kick out of bed, but wasn't dramatically better than the last game.
You see, Dante's Awakening topped out at around 2.3 million units, though, wait, no, things weren't adding up at all. DmC4 was available on 3 different formats, which should have resulted in a way better style rating. What, just an A? Capcom was hoping for a triple S. So, it's not like DmC4 was a flop or something. Wait, did Capcom think DmC4 was a flop or something?
It's kind of hard to say, but yeah, kinda.
Oh.
I mean, when it comes to the whole saga of DmC, Devil May Cry, and reboots in general, the first thing publishers should do is properly read the room.
So what is the thought process here? Well, most would say, maybe that's just the upper limit of how many people are actually into DmC because...
Wrong, says Capcom. The problem is that people are just tired with the current style of Devil May Cry.
No, we're not. We're
right, because game reviewers are complaining about the cheesy dialogue and the silly characters.
Oh no, don't get rid of that. That's what gives the series its...
Yes, and we can make the combat less complicated for newcomers.
Hey, can you even hear us? Hello?
Yes, this is brilliant. Oh my god. Everyone, start picking out your yachts. This is gonna be the best-selling Devil May Cry game ever.
Oh wait, no. Oh.
Oh no.
So what happened? Devil May Cry is at its core a complicated combo-based franchise that requires high execution, has weird over-the-top storylines, and is also merciless to newcomers. So you can bet it really stung when God of War did something similar, appealing to the West, but resulted with godlike sales numbers. But regardless, Capcom thought there was a problem and felt that Devil May Cry 4 should have done better commercially.
Por cierto, como la edición especial salió en 2015 de DmC 4, el Versil que el primer Versil después del 3 fue el del DmC y el DLC.
And Capcom, of course, had a surefire solution.
Appeal to the West!
This edict, spearheaded by one KJ Inafune, whose career has been documented with stalker-like precision over at SSFF,
well, yes, thank you, too kind, thank you,
resulted in such other what happened fodder like this, and that, and even more this. Now, despite all those games being massive mistakes, Capcom producers were already acknowledging this in
Es medio cool el Devil King.
that there was a problem with Western versus Eastern development coalition cooperations. But there was still plenty of gas left in the tank, and Capcom had their sights turned westward and just couldn't turn the car around in time to stop all
Se ve muy cool.
So, for rebooted Devil May Cry, they decided to let some action game luminaries handle their precious IP, ones that had made some headway in the West. Kinda. Now, enter Ninja Theory. Now, while they're relatively recognized today, back in 2010, their name would elicit a hearty who? Well, their previous efforts included 2007's Heavenly Sword, a game many hardcore action game fans criticized somewhat simple combat and the fact it seemingly prioritized elaborate story and facial animation technology instead. Then there's their 2010 effort Enslaved, Odyssey to the West, a game criticized for its somewhat simple combat but lauded for its elaborate facial animation. And who could forget Kung Fu Combat, a game criticized for, well, this.
Make a big action fight stuff! Throw everything!
So yeah, even though their combat chops were arguably spotty, at this point in time there weren't many Western options who could really come to grips with the legacy of Devil May Cry's combat anyway. Rumors, however, of a DmC reboot began circulating in 2010, with the May issue of Game Informer even stating Ninja Theory was involved. This really couldn't have been timed any worse if they tried. By this
Capitán Comando, Bionic Arm, X-Fac Bionic Arm.
point, Capcom's big Western campaign was pretty busy being a massive embarrassment. Both Bionic Commando and Spyborgs sold dismally the previous year, and Dark Void, released earlier in 2010, was hot on its heels to sell even worse. Not to mention, the original Devil May Cry creator Hideki Kamiya and his new studio Platinum Games at this point had proven themselves to the public with the incredible Bayonetta. So, by the time this Game Informer report hit, Capcom fans were already starting to push back against the inevitable. DmC was basically doomed, at least from a PR standpoint, before it even had a chance to prove itself.
So again, in a
read the room
style moment, we're not sure what Capcom was expecting when they officially unveiled the debut trailer for DmC Devil May Cry at that September's TGS to a very mixed response. And when we say mixed, we mean it was colossally one-sided.
Yeah.
First off, you have a trailer that, let's be honest here, didn't look all that good. The character models felt off. It showed zero real-time gameplay, it wasn't made by Capcom, and was yet another attempt to have a product that...
Yo existía cuando esto salió. Yo existía cuando esto llegó a este mundo. Pero, por alguna razón, no lo vi. O creo que sí lo vi. Creo que sí lo vi, pero yo no sabía qué era, entonces dije,
appeal exclusively to the West, when all signs pointed to stop doing that. This made for a goopy miasma negativity that always permeated the news whenever DmC Devil May Cry was brought up, and would be something it never fully recovered from. Oh, and one last thing, the guy that helped launch this whole westward expansion thing and specifically was heavily involved in DmC's redesign, KJ Japan is over Inafune, he said, yep, good luck putting out all my fires, peace out! And left Capcom literally a month later to start working on his own massive successes.
Even if Ninja Theory were making the best playing action game ever created, and they were not, they still had to contend with fans who were very not into the tonal shift of the characters and the world. When fans thought of Dante, they thought of things like this. And the concept art, images, and designs coming out of DmC were giving them this. This, however, actually turned out to be Capcom's doing rather than Ninja Theory's. I can't emphasize this more. Ninja Theory were basically just journeyman developers giving Capcom what they wanted. Conceptualizing the new Dante during development saw the art team coming back with designs that closely mimicked his original look, but it was the producers at Capcom Japan, including Devil May Cry 3 and 4 director Hideaki Itsuno and Keiji Inafune, who urged Ninja Theory to explore more alternative options. So while it's easy to blame the new developer at the wheel, they were mandated by Capcom to overhaul everything in terms of art and aesthetics.
But of course, the fans didn't know this at the time and were looking for any and all reasons to tear into the game. So Capcom would need to be very cautious from now on so as not to further goddammit. So here's the last and maybe the most damaging aspect of DmC's development, Tamim Antionades. Key, shall we say, was not remotely prepared for the backlash against DmC's new direction. Or, you know, maybe that's too generous. On VentureBeat, shortly after the game's really hated reveal trailer, a question was posed.
So how do you feel about the fan reaction to DmC? Tamim took a drag of his cigarette, and then without blinking and without pausing to exhale the smoke from his mouth, he said, "I don't care."
First off, I'm
Damn.
certainly really starting to believe the rumors that the new Dante was based off of you, and second of all, you know who probably did care about their game selling to meme? Grin, Bionic, and Airtight Games. I'm just saying that catering to your fans is not always a bad thing, especially since the whole point of this reboot was so that DMC would grow the fan base and not shrink it. But the Tamim train doesn't end here.
And now it's time for What Else Did Tamim Say? Well,
the essence of Devil May Cry is all about cool.
Cool.
It's about Dante being cool, making you feel cool when you're playing it. And so the combat and the style system and everything is integral to that. But you know, what was cool 12 years ago? I think that was when the first game came out, isn't cool anymore.
anyway, Tamim goes on to say,
If Dante, dressed as he was, walked into any bar outside of Tokyo, he'd get laughed out.
while the core of these statements have some
El
merit, this is not
guy
what you
que
should say to
fucking gay
convince
cowboy
Capcom
comment.
fans that their franchise is safe. And when you think of video games as a medium, it seems as long as you make great games, generally you're fine if you keep doing the same thing over and over.
Okay, the next quote I want to treat you to is from a mid-2012 PS3 magazine. At this point in our story, Ninja Theory had been receiving death threats, so I can't exactly blame him for this, but it starts out good, kinda.
Usually the worst creative crimes are made when you're trying to make a game for someone else, some perceived demographic that, in all likelihood, doesn't actually exist. From my point of view, there's only one way to try and make a successful game, and that's to make the game that you want to play, a game that everyone involved is proud of.
Okay, you know, that's fine.
So from that point of view, I don't care if it sells 1,000 units or 2 million units.
Oh no, to me.
Oh, no.
Baby, no. Now, to be fair, this article was full of weirdness. Like, the interview really asked the hard-hitting questions like,
What about the series history with massive tits?
to which he replied,
I've got nothing against big tits. I'd rather have my head resting on a pair right now.
okay, duly
this-
noted. While we
Same.
applaud Tamim for living his Devil May Care gimmick, all of this was a risky attitude to put forward if you want, you know, your company to continue to exist.
Anyway,
Damn.
might not surprise you, but Tamim did less and less interviews as time went on.
No, really?
Yeah, I know. And that spanned a good 2 whole years of solid development. During that time, we actually saw subtle changes to Dante. His voice, attitude, and other visual aspects were tweaked, despite Tamim claiming he didn't care about fan feedback.
My name, by the way, is Doite. Or you can call me Doite the Demon Killer. How's it
Doite.
going to it, don't you think?
One of the more evident changes was Dante's body type. He went from being somewhat scrawny and emaciated in his debut to then suddenly packing absolute beef stuff by the game's launch. So at least improvements were happening, minor as they were. Other trailers, like the one from E3 2012, seemingly put more emphasis on story and characters, and well, story was always kind of viewed as secondary or even tertiary in the Devil May Cry universe, with action being the primary focus. Dante was just a half-demon hybrid that liked killing things and being crazy. He was never much deeper than that, and he didn't really need to be. But then Capcom decided that he really needed to be. Now he's a misunderstood rebel who has a rough exterior, but secretly wants to find his place in the world, but needs the proper motivation to do so to fulfill his destiny, and blah 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 blah. Again, this shows a disconnect between Capcom and their fanbase. Dante's appeal was that he was a goofy asshole, and it's unlikely these more serious, story-focused trailers sold many new fans on the franchise, because it certainly wasn't pleasing the diehards.
Now, while all this was well and good theoretically to appeal to potential new fans of the series on a visual level, gameplay obviously required a redesign as well, which is a far trickier and some would say pointless endeavor. Lead combat designer Ronnie Tucker said,
The goal of DmC was to make a system that allowed newcomers to create their own elaborate combos, but still offer multiple elements veterans can enjoy.
However, this is like saying you want all your groceries in one bag, but don't want the bag to be heavy. The black and white of it is that high execution character action games like this are not meant to be friendly to newcomers, and designing a system around tackling this problem is basically wanting your pizza and eating it too. all these quotes about gameplay system changes were not going down well with the people who cut their teeth on things like DMC 3. Okay, so now would be a good time to sum up everything so far that was working against DMC's success. A developer fans were unsure of, a very divisive art style and tone, combat that was trying to appeal to all ages, and constantly being compared to what was seen as the real action games coming out of Platinum, so things really couldn't get any worse until they did. Ninja Theory's last game, Enslaved: Odyssey to the West, exclusively ran on the Unreal 3 engine, which was, pretty standard at the time. What was not standard, however, was its inability to handle 60 frames per second, because in terms of pure design, it was never initially intended to run games at such a frame rate. So the fact that Ninja Theory were using it for DMC was, cause for concern. Capcom knew there was no sense in hiding it, because as soon as they showed real-time gameplay, people would use their eyes. Especially longtime fans of the series who were accustomed to the silky smooth action that all the previous entries featured. But not all was lost. While 30 frames per second would be the default on consoles, if players really needed to double or triple that, they could just purchase the Steam version. Yes,
Hey, ¿de qué yo tengo?
PCs, DMC would run at an unlocked frame rate, with 60 being very much doable. Capcom did put a lot of work into this particular PC port, but it still wasn't enough for hardcore fans who were upset that what was seen as a long-standing DMC tenant, 60 frames per second, was now locked away on a particular format. So yeah, the reaction was not exactly what Capcom was looking for. At the end of the day though, if Unreal 3 couldn't do 60 on consoles, then there wasn't much else they could do. Oh, right. Well, okay, so Unreal 3 could get to 60 on consoles, but only by NetherRealm Studios.
The blowback against DMC wasn't even exclusive to this game. It also managed to splash onto other games, like PlayStation All-Star Battle Royale.
Yeah!
I'm not gonna mince words, there is a lot you can say about the roster of PlayStation All-Star. One of the more unfortunate choices was using DMC Dante, or Dino, or Don't-Tay, or whatever fan name you prefer, as a playable character in lieu of the classic white-haired look. You have a game that was supposed to be, at least fans thought, celebrating 2 decades of PlayStation titles and characters, so when the older Dante that had 3 exclusive Sony games under his belt was excluded, it was bad. It was a bad idea. It was the wrong move. This is no one paying attention here. Especially when classic Devil May Cry 3 Dante found his way into Marvel vs. Capcom in 2011. It just seemed like Capcom made a deal to advertise the upcoming game, as PlayStation Not So All-Stars released at the tail end of 2012, which was not too far off the January release date of DMC a mere 2 months later. This inclusion/exclusion again kind of rubbed a lot of fans a lot of the wrong way, when everyone's skin was already kind of raw and bloody from the previous rubdowns.
Now, with all of this ill will, Tamim drive-by comments, and the fact that Capcom never truly found their footing throughout the early HD era of gaming, it would be easy to assume DMC's launch would get a D or less in terms of style, but it wound up launching to mostly positive reviews overall. And in fact, the reviews were pretty much in line with what DMC 4 initially got. However, critics still found the story predictable and a little on the nose, with paper-thin characters and silly plot twists and dialogue.
Fuck you, Dante!
So in terms of critical reception, nothing really changed here for the better or the worse, but the commercial aspect is another story. Capcom's initial projections for DMC was to sell 2 million copies in its first fiscal year, which it did not do, and then later revised that to 1.2 million. Furthermore, for their sales report that year, Capcom stated a few reasons why they felt the releases were languishing behind their projections, and while they didn't name DMC directly, at least one of the explanations could be applied to the project. There was a
delayed response to the expanding digital contents market,
and
insufficient coordination between the marketing and the game development divisions in overseas markets.
And finally, there was a
decline in quality due to excessive outsourcing.
So yeah, whatever that meant. In fact, it took about 5 years for DMC to sell what they were initially hoping for, with Capcom reporting back in the summer of 2018 that the game finally crossed the 2.4 million unit threshold, placing it far behind the 3 million plus copies DMC 4 would achieve. The main goal of this project was to catapult the series to greater sales and notoriety. While it failed to do that, DmC at least did not become the dreaded entry that killed the franchise like, say, the Bionic Commando reboot or Onimusha 4. Still, Capcom remained quiet on the character action front until they released the definitive edition for the Xbox One, PS4, and PC in 2015. This had tons of gameplay improvements that fans had been...
Bueno, ponele. De edición especial en PC. En realidad no está en PC. La versión definitiva no está en PC, no está en Steam. Está la versión normal y los DLC que tiene y el DLC de Vergil. Y los demás DLC. No está... Ya no está en la versión definitiva. Eso yo sé. Porque quise comprar la versión definitiva, pero no estaba.
Had all the downloadable content and additional costumes bundled in, including that classic DLC costume that was available a few months after the launch of the vanilla version.
Not in a million years.
Yeah, I guess that million years came faster than you thought. Anyway, sometimes, you know, definitive versions are not much better than the originals, but this is not the case here. Capcom listened to a lot of feedback and made some smart changes that truly make this the best version of DmC ever. And while that's great, it does make you wonder how much better the reboot would have done if all this new content and gameplay changes had been there day one. Furthermore, from what we can tell, the two studios are still friendly, and Itsuno has even said he would have loved to make a DmC Devil May Cry 2.
Fate would deal Itsuno another hand, a hand that would see longtime Devil May Cry fans rejoicing at last. At E3 2018, during Microsoft's conference, the announcement of Devil May Cry 5, the sequel to Devil May Cry 4, was made public after several months of rumors. Within seconds, people could see that this was ignoring the continuity of Ninja Theory's world, with the return of Dante, Nero, a bevy of new characters, and the cheesy cheekiness the fans have come to admire about the series. This then, of course, also marks the final nail in the coffin for Ninja Theory, because much like Grin and Airtight games before them, they saw their doors close after working with Cap. What? What? Oh, no. That's right, Ninja Theory actually survived the DmC debacle. In fact, they found great success with Hellblade, their attempt at what they called a AAA indie title, which sounded risky on paper, but their slow rollout of well-optimized ports on the PS4, PC, Xbox One, and the eventual Switch version has clearly paid dividends. This also happens to be the next directorial effort by our old friend Tamim, who has seemingly chilled out in the subsequent years.
So yeah, Capcom didn't die, Ninja Theory are doing well, and unlike many less fortunate IPs, Devil May Cry is still table hopping and devil triggering to this day, but it's probably safe to assume that the book on the rebooted universe is not gonna reopen anytime soon. This is a case where a misguided attempt to broaden the appeal of a series neither destroyed nor caused it to flourish, which is exceedingly rare in the video game industry. It just goes to show that Devil May Cry fans are absolutely crazy and are strong enough to endure a few bumps in the road for their favorite missile-riding, pizza-eating, guitar-playing, motorcycle-swinging series. Speaking of a few bumps in the road, however, maybe you'd like to see what difficulties Capcom had bringing over some of their other famous franchises like Mega Man or Devil Kings?
Ooh, yeah, do you want to hear how Devil Kings is kind of, but actually not at all a spin-off of Devil May Cry? Why not check out the video and the link for How the West Was Worse Capcom Edition. And in the next little while, we're going to have a part 2, an exclusive about the East versus West changes for Street Fighter and Final Fight.
Oh, Final Fight, you say? Well, I might have a few morsels of information I could contribute.
You know, I had a feeling you would, Matt. Be on the lookout for that over at Stop Skeletons from Fighting.
Derek, thank you so much for helping out on this episode of What Happened, and tell Grace thanks for her tireless research as well.
Oh, I will. You're very welcome. Thanks for having me.
So,
Bueno.
me, Matt Muscles, and Derek, I'm wrong about Eternal Darkness Alexander.
It is not for me.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Yeah, whatever. Come talk to me when you finished Ill Bleed.
Okay. Good.
No, shut up!
Hay que jugar el Blade. Hay que jugar el Blade. Puede ser peor. Pudo haber sido mucho peor. Pero, ¡hey! Al menos lo que sabemos es que la versión definitiva no está. Literal, eso no existe. Yo lo voy a buscar ya. No está, la versión definitiva ya dejó de existir en este mundo. Es inexistente ya. Solo está el Costume Pack, la cosa de las armas y el Versus Downfall. Y ya no más. Evidentemente dejó de existir. Como las otras versiones de DmC 5.